Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying out the new one size powder foundation. It is called Turn Up the Base Versatile Powder Foundation. So as you guys know, I did end up picking up the Fenty Beauty powder foundation, and I've only tried it a few times. I haven't gotten a good use out of it, of like wear testing like through the whole day, just like kind of a little bit over like a tinted foundation. So today I really wanted to test out the one size and the Fenty to see which one I liked better, because they're both new powdered foundations. The one size came out today and they're both really similar in price range. So the Fenty Beauty one is $36 and the one size powder is $33. So 8 grams for one size and 9.1 grams for Fenty. They do have a bit of different packaging. I do like some of the one size products that I did pick up with their initial launch, like this palette. I used it today. I love this palette, which is such a weird palette for me to like, but for whatever reason, this is like the easiest like grab and go palette for me. I don't know, it just has the right colors and the right tones that I typically reach for, except for these blue shades that I want on like an everyday kind of a look. So love it. And the other fun things I noticed was this like kind of weird, I don't really know how to describe it, crisscross, I guess. Packaging design is kind of the same with the powder, where you can like slip it open. They like split in half, almost like a coin purse. And these do have some similarities and some differences. So the Fenty Beauty one advertises to be light to full coverage, but I mean, powder is pretty versatile in my opinion, and same thing with this one. And also on the website it does say medium to full. Both of them have the same finish to them, so that soft matte finish. Both of them claim to blur the skin. The Fenty one doesn't have a like wear claim to it, like the one size claims to wear for 12 hours. This one claims to be sweat, humidity, and transfer proof, resistant, whichever. So I thought it'd be a fun idea to just like test them out side by side to see how they go. I have a pretty busy day, gonna be running around. It's kind of a humid spring day, and then throughout the day it's gonna get about 80 degrees. So we'll have a good amount of testing, wearing face masks, and just seeing how this is gonna go. Now I did get this sent to me, the one size. This isn't a sponsored video or anything, and my shade is light to in that I got for the one size, and in the Pro Filter I have shade 120. So I started off earlier putting on some of my rose oil. My skin has been kind of dry. I did the naughty, and I didn't do my skincare for like 2 days because I've just been running around like a crazy person and I'm exhausted. And so I needed a good layer of some rose oil, and they both pretty much have the same application technique. The Fenty says to use the hydro visor underneath, and the one size says to use their like new blur primer. From what I've tried with the Fenty, I don't really like the hydro visor underneath the powder foundation, because I just find that it's not as hydrating that I would like it to be. So I'm using my Bad Habit Daily Dose multivitamin moisturizer, because these two, if you have some dry skin right now, this and this together I've been so obsessed with the combo. And then I am gonna put the one size on this side of my face, because they do have a lot of like smooth texture. Like they're really advertising that, and I do have some texture. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I have some maskne kind of coming back. from not doing my skincare. I know I'm naughty, but yeah, a nice good old pimple friends all over here. I do have some dry spots over my forehead area, around the corners of my nose, and I think that's about where all of my dry spots are, so we'll keep an eye on the problematic areas. And I am gonna add a little bit of concealer, just a teensy bit. This is the Fenty Pro Filter Concealer in the shade 120, and I'm gonna blend that out with my beauty blender. Hopefully these colors are pretty similar. I do have a little bit of a tan going on right now. If you guys watched my last video, I tried out these like tanning cloths, towelettes, and I tried to get it to fade on my face, but it's still a little bit of a tan that I have going on. Okay, so the brush that I was initially going to use, I totally forgot to clean it, and I have some like tanning stuff. And what did I use with this? The Fenty body sauce I used with this. Totally forgot to clean it, so we're gonna use this brush. They both kind of describe the same brush to use with this, so I'm gonna try the Fenty side first. I'm a little worried it's gonna be a little pale. Hopefully they're not too different in shade, because I do have to go and run some errands. Oh, this might be too light. But you can kind of see it's giving me a little bit of a white cast with my tan that's going on right now. Oh, so fun. Probably put some bronzer on, kind of even it out. Hopefully no one will notice that one side of my face is probably lighter than the other. So this applied pretty easily. I got it to the coverage that I want it to be at, and it looks pretty smooth, pretty matte. I think the primer concoction worked pretty well, because the last couple times I've used this, it kind of emphasizes my dry spots, which, I mean, I probably shouldn't be using powder when my skin's so dry, but I guess powder foundations are having a comeback, so let's see how we do. All right, one size powder, and I just brushed off a little bit of this on like a color switch. I hate touching new product. I love the stamp when it's like untouched. It looks so pretty. Ooh, a lot of it picked up. Oh, this one might be a little bit too dark. Oh no, my life. Of course. Although this one kind of matches a little bit more with like my self tan right now than the other side. I think this is pretty noticeable that these are different shades, in my opinion. It could get better. Maybe once I add some bronzer, it'll look better. I don't know. I am gonna try and build up on this. So yeah, you can build it up to a pretty full coverage to where the redness isn't showing through, and I do think it looks pretty good, not gonna lie, for powder over breakouts. Okay, other than the color difference, I feel like this doesn't look half bad. They look really similar. So paying attention to my cheeks, I do feel like they do about the same level of blurring for my pores on both sides. As for, oh, there's a little hair. Ooh. As for my nose, I do feel like my nose looks better on this side than it does on this side. For my forehead, pretty much the same thing, though I feel like my forehead lines are a little bit more blurred on the Fenty side than on the one size side. I feel like it was a little bit easier to build up the one size powder than it was to build up the Fenty one, although the one size does say it's medium to full and the Fenty says it's light to full, so that could be a thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and let's spray a little bit of this Watermelon Glow Glow Recipe mist on my face just to help everything kind of settle and settle in all nicely. Oh my gosh, the smell of this is so yummy. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup with eyebrows, finish up my eyeshadow, maybe do a little bit of bronzer to kind of even out the color difference. You know what? It's a little bit darker, but I didn't really notice that it was just a teensy bit darker. But I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my neck, the one side. Oh wow, I like light contouring on my jawline with the lighter foundation. Looks pretty good. Okay, makeup is done. I applied the bronzer a little bit heavier than normal so that, you know, when I'm wearing a face mask, it won't be so noticeable that like this side is darker than this side. But I did put a little bit of bronzer on this side just to add the same kind of like chiseled look, and a little bit of highlighter. And I'm liking how both of them look. They both look pretty similar. I finished up with another layer of the mist to kind of set all of the powders together. And let's do one more zoom in for you guys to see. Now that the highlighter's on my pimple there, it's like beaming for everyone to see. I didn't really think that through. I put this side of the highlighter on first, and then I was like, well, I have to do this side, so yeah. But honestly, both sides look pretty good. I do like the amount of coverage. It's not really clinging onto any dry spots, but let's see how we're gonna do throughout the day with the humidity, with face mask, with it getting like 80 something degrees. It's gonna get super hot. I have a lot of errands to do, so let's get on with the day. It's about 9 o'clock right now, 9:30-ish. I haven't really looked at the time, but hopefully we can get like a good 10-hour wear test with all of this on today. All right, well, I've had this makeup on forever. It's like 3 o'clock. I just finished with most of my errands, and both sides are looking pretty even, to be honest. I feel like it's still blurring my pores. There is a little bit of oil coming through. I do have combination skin, so if I'm too dry then my oils come through. My forehead's looking good. Smile lines are at a minimum. I did wear a face mask, but I don't think any of it really like transferred that I can really tell. It looks pretty good. I do like the application of, or like, I do like the finish of it now that my oils are coming through. I like the little bit of dewiness. It kind of looks like fresh. But you guys let me know if you've tried these. Which one do you like better? How do you think they're wearing? Because I'm actually quite impressed with both of these. I feel like for right now, I'd probably go with this one just because of the color choice. Though I do like the chiseled jawline that I did. I feel like that looks pretty good. All right, we have done it. It has been 12 hours. It's like 9:30, and honestly, I might be jumping on board with this powder foundation because like my lines that normally get really emphasized throughout the day are non-existent. Now, the oils came through a lot on both sides. I feel like it's pretty even. It's kind of hard to tell because they're different colors, and I feel like these beauty lights kind of emphasize everything. I'm pretty happy with this, and I'd be pretty confident in wearing this throughout the day. I put on multiple different face masks and took them off, put them on, took them off, put them on, and everything's going really good. And this eyeshadow stayed, my mascara stayed, my lipstick didn't really last, but hey, this is pretty good for 12 hours, not gonna lie. I feel like from my last check-in, it hasn't even changed hardly at all. And honestly, because you're wearing a powdered foundation, I feel like you can easily just like, you know, get a little bit, tap a little bit, and just go over everything, and voila. No more shine. That looks so crazy now that like one side's lighter and oily and the other side is not. I'm literally taking off my makeup in like 2 seconds, but it looks kind of weird. But yeah, we can always just, you know, carry this around. The Fenty one does have a little spongy applicator, which I've tried, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't think the one size does. I haven't even looked at that. No. No chance. No chance. No chance that it does. But yeah, honestly, I approve of both of these. I really cannot tell a difference between these two at all. Like, I feel like they really wore the exact same way. I just feel like if you're more prone to like full coverage, I feel like this one, the one size, is way easier to pack it on and have more fuller coverage. And this one, I feel like it's a little bit easier to get like a sheerer coverage. So I feel like that's the biggest difference that I really notice. I mean, I have different colors, but other than that, they're the exact same. What do you guys think? If you want to watch my last video of my whole tanning routine with the tanning towels, towelettes, cloths, whatever the heck they were, that video will be right over here for you guys. This video will be suggested to you by YouTube, and my face will be right here. We click on it and subscribe to my channel.